guys. I'm Danny Johnson, CEO at TPP, The Positive Porpoise.
I'm Jason Miller from PHINS Up SoCal Fan Club.
I'm Scott Howell from Atlanta Dolphin Club.
Mark Angelo, NorCal Dolphin Club.
And you're listening to Clock Blockers, Miami fans' #1 morning show.
Run it, 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 run it.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Miami Sports Music Clock Blockers. Sorry, it is not the morning show, but it is the nap time show. Is that fair? What's up, everybody? I see you, Esteban already starting with me. He said TD couldn't wake up. We know. Esteban, hey, listen, I was up. I was in the comment section. You were nowhere to be found this morning. I was chatting in the comment section, but we're live right now, man, and we're going to make the most of it. We got some things in Dolphin Nation. Y'all bear with me one moment. I want to drop the link so other people know that we are live. Y'all give me a second. Working on that now. But what's up, everyone? Make sure you hit that like button on your way in. Shout out to Talk AFC Dolphins. What's up, man? Flipside Fishing. What's going on? Everybody in the Dolphin community, I appreciate y'all coming through. Make sure you hit that like button. We did some really good numbers on the video yesterday, so I appreciate everybody's love and support on that one. Make sure you go back, check it out if you didn't see it, and punch the like button on it as well, all right? All right, so anywho, man, we got some news up on the docket today. Since we didn't get to talk about it this morning, we are going to be talking about training camp yesterday, how Tua Tagovailoa is changing the narrative. And we're also going to talk about Xavier Howard and Byron Jones kind of chimed in on the situation, or did he? We're going to break down that interview with Byron Jones and give you my thoughts on what he had to say. Yeah, Esteban is already wilding. Working, listening to you, my man. That's what's up, man. I appreciate that. TD, got to have the Dolphins talk in the morning. Oh, of course. We'll be right back at it tomorrow. We just had some technical difficulties this morning that we have worked out, so we shouldn't have any issues in that regards going forward. All right, so we got you. All right. Shout out to Bonez. What's up, Brandon Hudgens? I see you, Finsanity. What's up? What's going on? I hope you're having a blessed, great day. Hope you're having an amazing day. All right. So on that last video, we got to talk about it real quick. What do? We got because I like beating goals, you know. We got 744 views and 130 likes. So we want to try to get the last video over 1,000 views, and we're trying to get 150 likes on this video. So do your part now if you're here. Hit that like button now, and share the video if you can. That'll be pretty cool too. You know, go to Twitter, drop the link. Go to Facebook, drop the link, or just drop it on your YouTube community tab, whatever you want to do. Thank you, everybody. I think we added another like 20 subs yesterday. That was pretty cool. We were at like 6.81. Now we're at 6.83. So it's just awesome, man. I appreciate all the love and support. We're doing big things. So let's make it happen, all right? Let's make it happen. Oh, Esteban drops the donation. Esteban paying his debts, man, but you're kind of 2 days late. The price should have went up to 12, Esteban, but you know, we're going to give you a pass. Oh, man, Esteban said, I take you for you word. Now someone beat my donation. 2 a time, please, oh please. You take me from a word. Okay, yeah, somebody beat his donation. That'd be sweet, man. All the donations do help go to the channel and making it bigger, better, and making it the best show that we possibly can have. All right, every chance that we get. So thanks, Esteban, and thanks everyone who shows love and support. Chef Ju just showed up in the building. D-Dub, Dolphins Dialogue just showed up. That's what's up, man. Y'all go check him out. He got some good things coming for y'all on this channel as well. Man, Brandon said, LOL TD, 12 million from Esteban. Listen, man, Esteban dropped 12 million, man. Esteban, don't drop 12 million on here, man. You know, you're going to have me be investigated by the feds. They're going to be like, that must be PPP loan money. Oh, man, who got that PPP loan money? Let me stop. I ain't going to get into it. All right. Anyway, man, shout out to Irving Figueroa. Oh, excuse me. Figueroa. All right. Hopefully I got that right. If not, forgive me. All right. Appreciate the donation, homie. Who do you think our best receiver will be next year? Best receiver? Our best receiver next year, I believe, will be Will Fuller. It will be Will Fuller. I think he gets unleashed. Now, Jalen Waddle will be one of our best receivers for a long time, but it's his rookie year. Will Fuller is going to eat this year. That's the guy that I feel like is going to be the most productive. But time will tell. Time will tell. Esteban said, bro, I was at the Chop Main. That's why I'm late. You're good, Esteban, but I appreciate you coming through, man. What's up, the show? What's going on, Madrasta 60? You good, TD. Appreciate you, Irvin. Country Wayne, poor people problems, PPP, buddy. Yeah, I'll be checking Country Wayne out, all his videos, man. Pretty cool. It'd be funny. I'm invested in all the storylines. Yes, Grand Attack. Grand Attack says that they agree. Yes, I think Will Fuller's gonna eat this year, y'all. Think he's the guy. Chef Juice said, what's good, Brandon? He's saying what's up to everybody. All right. But anywho, let's go ahead and dive in. I want to start out with this article, Dolphins cornerback Byron Jones on Xavier Howard's holdout. He basically said it's none of my business. All right. He basically said, listen, that's none of my business. Y'all trying to include me on business that just ain't mine. So I'm going to go ahead and read y'all what was said. All right. All right, here we go. Jones met with the media on the final day of minicamp and was asked about Howard's situation. Jones said, I would love to have him here, of course. But like I said, it's none of my business. We had fun last year. We balled out. For all y'all Byron Jones haters, he said we balled out. Obviously, what he did was completely special and unlike anything I've ever seen before. And those skills are, we love those skills in our defense. So, yes, we'd love to have him back, of course. But it's none of my business. What else was he supposed to say? Nothing but that, because it's none of his business. He got his money. He got his bag. Byron Jones like, hey, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I got my bag. That's his business. And rightfully so, because what they did last year was special. And anybody knows that it would be a great thing to have Xavier Howard back this year. But they're going to go through this process and let it play out and see what happens. You know, it is what it is. Shout out to Brandon Hudgens with the donation. Said, any big moves this offseason? Any trades you think will possibly happen? You know what? I'm glad you said that. I'm going to break down almost every scenario right now for y'all on things that could happen. Now, it don't mean it's going to happen, so I don't need y'all coming attacking me. All this guy's delusional. Why would he think this? Why would he think that? No need to attack me. But I'm going to go ahead and break down through the whole team all the different scenarios that really can happen within the next 5 weeks before we go to training camp, or matter of fact, and in training camp. So bear with me. I'm going to try to do this as quick as possible. Matter of fact, I'm going to relax, man. Kick my feet up, bring the mic close, and I'm going to talk about them. Let's break it down. All right. First and foremost, first off, you got to look at who's on the hot seat. And when I say hot seat, that's a combination question. The hot seat doesn't just mean, oh, well, you know, a lot of y'all would say Jakeem Grant. The hot seat isn't just, you know, who you're not very happy with right now. The hot seat is who's having a contractual dispute, who's you're not happy with right now, and who can you get some value for. And shout out to Big Time 666 being a member. All the members, appreciate y'all, man. So let's start out. First and foremost, biggest name, Xavier Howard could be shipped out. All it's going to take is a team that is going to be willing to pay him his new money and get rid of draft capital. That's a pretty big price tag for a team and what people need to realize. Xavier Howard is tradable, but it's not an easy trade because you won't get as much as you like. And let me explain that to you. Not only he's 28 years old, and not only do you have to pay him this king ransom that he's going to want, but you also had to give away at least one major draft asset to do so. And some people may say, oh, it's a draft pick. But at the same token, okay, I'll put it like this. Let's go for the Laramie Tunsil. $22 million a year and all of those first round picks. I got to be honest with y'all. Houston they lost their mind when they did that. But we took it. I got to be honest. We took advantage of Houston. We robbed Houston. Yes, we robbed Houston. Let me tell you, Chris Grier is a genius for this because he took advantage of them at a perfect time. He took advantage when there was a coach and a general manager that were on the hot seat and they had to go for broke in order to win. And let me tell you why. If they didn't go for broke, they knew they wouldn't win anyway and they were going to get fired the very next season. If they did go for broke and they won, they saved their job. If they did go for broke and they failed, they get fired anyway. It was a no-brainer for them, but at the same token of that being a no-brainer, they screwed the franchise for the future. So they were looking out for themselves, and rightfully so. That's what you should do at that time, at that point. They were saying, why not leverage the future if we're not going to be here anyway to enjoy it? That's what the general manager and the coach said. It's like the coach said, man, go get me one of the best left tackles in the league so we can try to protect Lamar better and see if we can make a run. And the GM was like, yeah, but that's going to cost a lot. Let's leverage in the future. And the coach is like, does it matter? If we don't get him protection and get this done, we don't have a future here anyway. The future, that's the person's business in the future. And if we do succeed from this, that means we save our job and then we'll deal with it later. So that's what they had to deal with, man. They leveraged the future because they didn't see themselves in it, so they went for broke. Why not? It sucks for the organization. Houston has a quarterback issue. They have a team that just isn't well constructed anymore. And no draft capital. It's a mess. And we took advantage of their vulnerability. Shout out to Chris Grier, by the way. All right. But yes, Xavier Howard, though, a team has to want to pay him and give up draft capital. And there's teams that would do that. But there's also teams that would trade another player for him as well. There's teams that would trade another player as well. So he's one individual that could be moved because this situation could get ugly, and we may try to avoid the distraction and just get it done sooner than later. We either going to give him a deal or we know we're not going to the number that they want and we're shopping him. There's only two things that could be happening, y'all. We're sitting here like, this is the number we'll give. We'll play it out a little longer, or it's simply we're shopping him now. Now, if we're the ones who come up off of our and fold and he wins, I'm telling y'all now, y'all are not going to like the number. You're not going to like the number. And although we like the fact that X is locked down longer, trust me, it's not going to bode well for the long-term future from a salary cap standpoint. It's just not. So, it is what it is. With that being said, we got to leave that in Chris Grier's hands. See what he does at the end of the day, and then we judge that situation then. We wait to see what the outcome is, and then we judge, was it a good decision or not? Now, looking from the outside in, from where I sit right now, the outside in, I will tell you, stand for something or fall for anything. I'm the type of person, if we can get them on an annual average of 18, That's tough, but hey, I think he's earned it. But if we have a 2 in front of the number, 20, 21, 22, 19 even, you folded. That's my number, y'all. You folded, Chris Grier. Now, one thing you can do to help is sign him on a big long-term deal and do the voidable years and give him a large signing bonus to spread the cap out long-term. But then you're playing that game where you're kicking debt down the road. But, I'm just saying, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Chris Grier's on the clock with this situation, not for his job, but in this situation. All right. All right. On to the next individual. We got to talk about Jerome Baker's been locked in, but we gotta go over to Mike Joseki. Mike Joseki's the interesting one as well, because he is talented in regards to pass catching tight end. And he has the type of talent that you love to have on the roster. But it's almost funny to me. And it's I got to be honest, in my opinion, it's sad. It's sad at the fact that our fan base has to start putting things into context. Mike Joseki has excited our fan base and made our fan base happy as a wide receiver. I know his position is listed as a tight end, but what I'm trying to help people understand, and if they just look at the facts, he has made his fandom and his celebrity has come as a wide receiver. When he catches that pass across the middle, he lined up in the slot. When he catches that nice pass, yay, Joseki, wow, did you see that? He was out wide. He has wowed us as a wide receiver. He does not wow us as a traditional tight end, blocking, getting off the line of scrimmage and catching it, but he just has not wowed us in that regards. So what I'm trying to help people understand is the fact that since he's wowed us as a wide receiver, now we have Parker, Waddle, Fuller, Preston, Albert Wilson, Robert Foster, and so many more. Now that we have all of these weapons at the receiver, Mike Joseki isn't even the 4th or 5th best receiver. Okay, let's be generous. So we don't have to argue. Let's put him number 4. Are we going to give the number 4 receiver on a team more than $8 million a year? Who does that? There ain't a team in the NFL that does that. Just have it. And here comes Pete saying Mike Joseki is the best tight end Miami fans have ever witnessed. People act like Miami in cap hell. Well, that's where you're wrong, Pete. He's not the best tight end Miami fans have witnessed because he's not a tight end. This is the point. This is the part that we have to try to get people to understand first. Your argument would be the most valid argument ever if he was actually a tight end. He's not a tight end. He's a wide receiver. What does the depth chart say? I give you that. It says tight end. But are you watching the film? The man is in the slot and on the boundary. He's only on the line of scrimmage 20% of plays. He's only on the line of scrimmage 20% of the plays. Some people are getting at you, Pete. They said Randy McMichael, Clay, Charles Clay. I remember Clay. Dallas Clark. Come on, man. Man, that's what we have to come to the realization of. And let's take it a step further. Why else would you even make an investment in Hunter Long? Especially when you had some people in key areas like a true nose tackle, like a center and different things. Why would you make the investment that you did in Hunter Long? And we picked Hunter Long in a draft position where you get great value. That was a part of the writing on the wall. And another thing I love to ask, in 2 days of OTAs, whose name have you heard more in the mini camp? I know it's mini camp, but the mini camp is really the show-off party for the quarterback and the receivers. Because there's no running game in the mini camp. There's no blocking. There's no pass rush, really. It's really just a straight-up quarterback and receiver and secondary show-off sessions. And Mike Joseki was ghost outside of the fact that he didn't catch a pass. He tipped it in the air and got it picked off. But who was actually balling out in just the mini camps? Hunter Long catching 20-yard dimes all over the place. The man caught more balls than Kyle Pitts in college football. The only reason his stock wasn't as high as Kyle Pitts because Kyle Pitts is just an elite route runner, has better speed. They got him for a reason. And I promise y'all, Mike Joseki could, keyword could, not that he will, Mike Joseki could be moved, y'all. He could be moved. It's very possible that Mike Joseki is moved. Me personally, I want to see the two-headed monsters this year. I want to see the two-headed monsters this year together and on the field together at times. That's what I want. We got 60 people watching, only 45 likes. Y'all punch that like button, help the channel out. I hope y'all enjoying the content. This is Miami Sports Music. If you appreciate what we're doing, make sure you hit that like button, share the channel. Thank you to all those who donate to the channel via Super Chat right below the comment section. They also have the Cash App and the PayPal. Show love. It helps the channel do bigger and better things. Back to the action, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Joseki could be on his way out. But we're going to find out pretty soon if they're going to give him a deal or not. Next up. This is the one that I feel like I'm going to end up heartbroken about when it's all said and done. Not literally, but just giving you a little animation. Emmanuel Agba. Emmanuel Agba is talented. He was ranked the number 1-5 technique defensive lineman in the NFL. Shade outside of the guard if you don't know what the 5 tech is. Number 1 in the NFL. Created a lot of pressure last year, was relentless coming for the quarterback, did really well in the run stopping. Emmanuel Agba, we gave him a prove it deal, and he proved it. In good faith, he showed up to camp, but he's, lingering a small little knick-knack-ish injury that they're not really concerned about. But he showed up in good faith. He's looking for the next contract by the Miami Dolphins. Now, Emmanuel Agba is the tricky one because his value, he does deserve some really good money. Will the Miami Dolphins pay him that really good money, though? Or will they trade him? I want them to bring Emmanuel Agba back. But here's the issue. Collectively, with what we have on this roster, I got to be honest with you, we could do without him. Collectively, with the guys that we have on this roster, we could actually do without them. I don't want to do without them, but we'd actually could if we wanted to. But you can never have enough pass rushers, because we have entered into a season where a lot of those developmental guys who have actually showed up and showed you that they could be that guy. That's why we signed them on the deals that we did. We gave a few extensions and gave some money to some of those developmental guys. They showed up and have been balling out. Y'all know all the Zach Zeilers, Strawbridges, the Van Ginkels of the world. All of those guys that we got. We got a lot of those guys that nobody's talking about. Remember, like the Benito Jones. I mean, there's a lot of little backup guys that when we put them in the game, they make huge plays. They get a little bit of playing time, but when they do, they ball out. We got a lot of them guys. A lot of those guys. Sorry, EM, you're right. Outside shoulder of the tackle. I don't know why I'm talking about the guard. That's the 3. But we got a lot of those guys. And the truth is, we could do without Agba, but I don't want to do without Agba. We got a lot of talent that could make up for the deficiency, but the talent that he brings to this team, and me and EM talk about this all the time. Like, he aggravates me when he say it in a funny way. He says he's not even being utilized properly. He needs to be on the edge. And I'm like, yeah. He need to be on the edge, but they're going to put his hand in the dirt. Because that's all they've done. Because I think he's right. If he was on the edge, he'd be even more explosive. But they put his hand in the dirt down on the line. And with that being said, they have a lot of guys that do that. EM said Agba is the priority. Well, I know you were upset about it this weekend, EM, but obviously he wasn't. If he was, you would have heard Agba got a contract and not Jerome Baker right away, or at least both of them. But obviously he wasn't the priority. Eventually. Give me 1 second. Now, bear with me 1 second. The screen might blink out for a second, but I'll be back in like 20 seconds. I have to switch my internet over to the right one. Okay, we good. All right, my bad, y'all. Thank y'all for being patient with me. What's up, TD in chat? Yeah, but EM, man, like you said, he should be the priority. Matter of fact, and I'm curious, EM, do you have time right now? Did you want to join and have this conversation? Because I wanted to talk to you about what we some of this same conversation and finish off where we left off. Let me know if you're available, because a lot of people want to hear what you got to say, especially I want to hear what you got to say about Agba, because this priority thing, we can say that, but obviously I don't know if that's how the organization is feeling. And if Agba is the priority, what does that mean for everybody else? What does that mean for everyone else? If Agba is the priority, what does that mean for everyone else? Let me know in the comment section, bro, if you got time. Because a lot of the conversations that I'm having anyway, me and you have talked about in great detail. Man, don't worry about Attack Clan. See, I love Attack Clan coming through. When you're doing, when a channel's growing and it's doing bigger and better things, Attack Clan shows up. Attack Clan, people spam in the comment section, but hey, we good, man. Don't worry about them. All right. Yeah, like I said, y'all ignore them. They could do it for the next hour as far as I care. That's them wasting their time in life. I'll be reading y'all comments. All right. That's all that matters. All right. But outside of that, man, listen, Emmanuel Agba should be the priority. He should be the priority. But I really don't know if that's what they're going to be making him. All right, so we'll see. Emmanuel Agba is a guy who could get traded because he also has value now that he balled out, and he has 1 year remaining on his contract that's worth only $7 million. And a contract for him is at least double that. All right, EM, I got you. A contract for him is at least double that. It's at least double that. So here's why I don't understand why he's not prioritized though, because what a team could do, Miami, they can re-sign him or they could give him an extension. And they're able to use this year as part of that extension. And since his salary is only $7.5 million or $7 million this year, you could utilize that. We can utilize that. So if I were them, I would take advantage of that and get the deal done. I want Agba on our team for the next 3 to 4 years. After that, he's too old, and I'm straight. I'm straight. All right. All right. Contract 1 year left for us, $7 million plus guarantees. Yes, exactly. All right. Who else could be traded, y'all? We see, I'm trying to go big names first. The next person on the list is Devonta Parker. Devonta Parker. Another guy who could be traded. Because again, and let me tell you, I got to be honest with y'all, that might have a lot to do with Mike Joseki as well. If they traded Devonta Parker, Mike Joseki has a greater chance of staying. Y'all see how that works? That's something that you got to think about. If they trade Devonta Parker, Mike Joseki, they may be trying to get his deal done. Now, what everybody thinks is that we can pay everybody. That's what everyone thinks, that we can pay everybody. Flores just told you all we can't pay everybody. He just told us we can't pay everybody. So somebody is going to be the oddball out. That's all that matters. Somebody is going to be the oddball out. And since someone is going to be the oddball out, we're all just trying to figure out who it is, who gets paid, who doesn't. But what we do know is there should be a trade this offseason, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 6. Nah, I ain't going that crazy. But for real, we got like Laramie Tunsil was the only trade that year. They also traded Kiko. They traded Kenny Stills. I mean, remember, we were trading almost everyone. The last 2 off seasons, we've been very active. We've been very active. I am going to tell y'all now, I think there are going to be like 2 trades that happen. 2 trades. So Devonta Parker, things are looking a little tougher for him. They're looking a little bit tougher for him. He has to show up, because here's why things are also looking tough for Devonta Parker. Here's why they're tough for Devonta Parker. Last year, Devonta Parker was healthy. Preston Williams was healthy. They both were on the field, and Preston Williams was outproducing him. Preston Williams was eating more than Parker. And then Preston got hurt, and then Parker's production went through the roof. That's what you have to pay attention to, ladies and gentlemen. Preston Williams also plays a role in whether or not they might move Parker. Something for y'all to think about. All right. Let's keep going. Who else could be traded? Jakeem Grant. Jakeem Grant could be traded. And I don't need to elaborate on that. We all know that. Matter of fact, 90% of y'all want him traded. 90% of y'all want him traded. So it is what it is. FYI, ladies and gentlemen, the group that's spamming the comment section, this is the best way to handle them. Allow them to. It's okay. You keep doing your comments, and I'm going to read your comments, all right? Don't worry about them. The one thing I realized in life with people that don't have a life, the only thing they want is attention. Just don't give it to them. I don't care if they're there for the next 5 years spamming to themselves. It's okay. Just don't give them the attention. Keep on commenting in the comment section. The only reason they spam you anyway is to get a rise out of you. But y'all already know they ain't getting a rise out of me. On my channel, y'all know I've dealt with this. I've dealt with 100 times worse. Y'all know I've had 200, 300 spammers coming in at once going, and I'm just loving it. They giving me watch time and watch hours and views. So, and we just ignore them, and we keep our show going, and I keep reading y'all comments, all right? So ignore them. Don't say, why are y'all spamming this and that? Just don't waste your time. Let them do what they do. It does not last forever, y'all. So allow them to spam and let them do whatever it is that they're doing. And at some point, they'll be like, let's go get to someone who cares. All right. This is a part of their life. This is a part of their life. So they're living their life right now. That's crazy, man. This is their life, y'all. Oh, man. No, AB, I don't even block them. I let them waste brain cells. I want them to sit there and waste brain cells. All right? Let them sit there and waste their brain cells. See, they disappear. No, come back. Come back. That's what I do. I tell them, no, come back. Give me my S's. Give me my A's in the comment section. Let them waste their brain cells, man. It's just a waste of time. These people have no life. It's sad, It's sad, So y'all got to understand, you can't be mad at them because something mentally has to be wrong, because what purpose would anybody have to do that? What purpose would anyone have to do that? So you can't get mad at someone's brain that leads them to spam a comment section. There is a deficiency there that you should pray for them. Something's wrong. It's not connecting. They have nothing in life to do but to do what they're doing. Something else. It's a bigger thing at play. So don't get mad at them. Feel bad for them. And give them the platform to do it. See, you see how they disappeared? You see how they disappeared? You see how they disappeared? Hopefully they come back for a little, man. No, they're going to get the other squad. He over there talking about us. Lock and load. Lock and load. Get the whole crew. Oh, man. Oh, man. Anyway, man, let's keep it moving, y'all. But those are the main guys that I feel like those are the main guys that I feel like could be out of here, could be traded. Now, I would love to bring everyone back, but I just don't think it's going to happen. But at the end of the day, Greer got a lot of work to do. Greer got to make people happy. And here's the crazy thing about it, y'all. Here's the crazy thing about it. We're talking about a whole bunch of later round and free agency guys. Mike Joseki ain't a first rounder. Emmanuel Agba was a free agent signing. Jerome Baker wasn't even a first rounder, and we got him his money. You see what I'm saying? Xavier Howard now wants his money. What do you think the Miami Dolphins are going to go through in 2 years from now when all of those first round picks start being on there after their third year, and then the year after that when you got 3 more and you got more? Like, if these young fellas keep working out, what do you think we're going to be going through then? When Tua got to get his money. When Noah's up for a deal, especially if he turns the corner and continues to grow, what are we going to do then? Austin Jackson going to want his money. What do you think we're going to do at that point? You see what I'm saying? So that's why y'all got to stop falling in love with these players. The way this team is built, you're going to have a lot of heartbreak over the next 5 years if you fall in love with players. You are going to have a lot of heartbreak. You're going to have tons of heartbreak. You keep falling in love with these players, your feelings are going to be hurt a lot in the next 5 years. They might start out with Xavier Howard and start conditioning you. There's going to be a lot of heartbreak. I'm telling y'all. So they're going to do what's best for the team. But that's why I also said, y'all know when I kept on beating the drum about a quarterback, if you bring in one of those elite guys, Russell Wilson, Watson, or Rodgers, see, that's why you have to strategically build your team to where if you do lose a guy, you can gain in another area. That's why I beat the horn a lot, because I knew Xavier Howard. I mean, I don't know if he's in the long-term future. I still don't think it's smart to make him in the long-term future because of the cost. But if they do, they do. But what I'm saying to y'all, if you lose X, we still got so much on this defense that we could be top 10. But how do you offset the overall team? You grab you an elite quarterback. If you lose X and you bring in Rodgers, your team actually got better. Y'all see what I'm saying here? Yeah, your defense takes a hit, but you're still in a good place. It ain't like he's the only thing on your defense. And you upgrade your offense significantly, you're still a better team. You're still a better team. That's why you can offset those type of things sometimes. But then sometimes you got to gamble. You got to say, no, Tua's going to be the guy. He's going to be just as good as an Aaron Rodgers this year or the next year. And you gamble on that, because you really don't know. But if he does turn out, you gambled and you won the jackpot. Now you don't have to offset and you can keep X. You're the best team in the league. Somebody said, you saying X for Rodgers? We'd still got to give up a little bit more. For Aaron Rodgers, you'd probably have to give up X, a first rounder. I know he older, but man, you'd have to give up X, a first rounder, and Christian Wilkins might have to go. Both of them guys might want to have to go. Both of them guys might have to go. You might have to give up X and Christian and a first. Because they're going to want two good players and a draft capital. Yeah, I believe that's what you'd have to give up. You'd have to do something like that. X, Christian, first. Somebody said, I don't think that's worth it. Aaron Rodgers just won league MVP. Aaron Rodgers just won league MVP at the quarterback position. See, that's another thing. The way that this team is built, we could do without Christian Wilkins as well. You see what I mean? You got to look at the rest of the roster, y'all. Do y'all realize how much talent we have on this roster? Shout out to Rob Gosford with the donation. Said, keep up the great job, brother. Thanks for tuning in, man. You keep all y'all keep up the great job by supporting MSM, Miami Sports Music. So what I'm saying to you is, and somebody else just said it in the comment section, it would be worth it. It would be worth it. X, Christian Wilkins, and a first for Rodgers. It would be worth it because you still keeping Tua, and now Tua gets it. Like, I am so infatuated of the possibility of having Aaron Rodgers finish his career in Miami for 3 years and Tua behind him. I am so infatuated with that because, first of all, Tua is going to be learning from a Hall of Famer who can, come on, man, it don't get no better than Aaron Rodgers, especially with Tua's flaws. Aaron Rodgers is the epitome of the opposite with those flaws. He's not holding the ball waiting for you to get open. He's throwing you open. He's a gunslinger. He's teaching the kid how to be more loose. Fitz can teach you that too, but who has the credibility? Who is he going to watch? See, Aaron Rodgers ain't going to throw all the picks like that, though. He's going to be 10 times more accurate than Fitz. Grand Attack said 3 good players for 1. Nah, first of all, you got to put it into context. Xavier Howard is a good player. He's 28 years old, getting older. His shelf life is not the same as a quarterback's. And then Christian Wilkins, very talented player. But what they truly need up the middle, I believe that they've gotten now. Raekwon Davis, and they have so many other guys that could do the job. And on top of it, you already starting to hear the reports. The Miami Dolphins are expecting Christian Wilkins to give them a lot more this year because he's been very good and very solid. But now is the year to take that next step. Will he take it? We're about to find out. I think they truly want to see a Christian Wilkins end up with like 5 sacks this year as an interior lineman. Not the 1.5, not the 2.5. Man, we want to see an explosive year. We want to see 5. We want to see the pressures go up. We want to see you, and he does a lot of things well. Tackle for losses in the backfield, all of that stuff. But I have to tell you, well, let me just put it like this. The reason why I'm personally including Christian Wilkins in that deal with Rodgers, that's just me, my hypothetical, first of all. Not that they'll do that. But the only reason I'm including him in that, because based off of the sources that I have with the whole Watson situation, Christian Wilkins was a part of that. He was a part of that. So I know that if that was true, then they could part ways with them. They could part ways with them. So that's why I always include him in certain scenarios, because he has value, first round pick on his rookie deal. Still has 2 years left on that rookie deal with the 5th-year option if you want it as well. That's very enticing. That's very enticing. Matter of fact, just to think about the fact that he has 2 more years on that deal plus a 5th-year option, now you don't even have to give up X, him, and a first. You'd have to give up X, him, and maybe a second now, because I got to think about those factors. T, do you think we're going to see more zero blitzes this year? Only if we struggle with pass rush with the traditional guys up front. Because the goal of how we built this team was no longer, we don't want to do zero blitzes. We want to generate the same pressure with 3, 4, 5. Y'all do understand what a zero blitz is, right? That's sending how many ever hot guys are on a hot. Well, how many ever receivers you got going out? That's what that is. So let me tell you how we deploy our zero blitz. This is how we deploy our zero blitz. So say you got 3 receivers out wide, one to the right, one to the left, one in the slot on the right? Those guys will be man to man. Okay. You'll have 8 guys in the box on the line of scrimmage. All 8 of those guys do not come to the quarterback even on a zero blitz. They identify those who are active, eligible receivers, okay? They identify the players that's on the line of scrimmage and in the backfield that are eligible receivers. So what they do is they say, okay, that running back in the backfield is an eligible receiver. A linebacker may say, that's my man. I'm coming in on the blitz, but I'm coming his direction. And if he flays out in the flat, I go with him. But I'm coming with pressure. But I'm giving the offensive line more to think about now because they think I'm coming with pressure. So they have to account for me. Our zero blitzes are sending more men than they can account for. That's why we were so nasty last year. All we did is confuse offensive lines. That's the goal of a zero blitz. It's just to confuse the offensive lines. We're never sending the 8, y'all. You do know that. 8 guys may be on their way in there coming, but we're not sending the 8. I want you to go back and watch the film. Say there's a tight end on the line, and you got an outside linebacker on that tight end. He lines up on the line of scrimmage in front of that tight end like he's going to rush the quarterback. And what does he do? He rushes towards the quarterback as long as that tight end is in front of him, and he stands there with the tight end like, like, is the quarterback going to try to run out? He's not even rushing the quarterback. He's just giving the illusion like he is because he's really man-to-man with that tight end. So the whole offensive line is like, we got 8 guys in front of us. It's 5 of us here. The quarterback's checking for the tight end to help, but it's still 8 on 6. The running back, he's supposed to go in the flat. So that guy's supposed to have a running back, but it's still always one extra man because the quarterback. There will always be one extra man. So if the running back goes in the flat, you got one extra man. If the running back don't go out in the flat, you got a mismatch. Whoever's rushing on that running back is a mismatch for that running back. Running backs are always a mismatch typically, at least 80% of the time, unless you're a dog running back that know how to block in the backfield. Most running backs ain't as great as people think blocking blitzes. Some of them are really good. But the problem is the running back doesn't even know where to pick it up from. Because you got the Jerome Baker coming up the middle, and he picking that up, but the guy who had the running back coming off of the edge, and now the quarterback sacked. So the problem is we giving the quarterback too much to think about, and we're confusing the offensive lines on those zero blitzes. But the truth is, we never send the house like that. There's just a whole bunch of guys looking like they're coming, but they're just trying to stay in front of the tight end just in case he go out on the pass. So it confuses the line to know where they need to shift their protection. It confuses them. But what made me mad around week 11 of the season, somewhere around that, I don't know exactly what week, did y'all notice? I don't know if y'all noticed. Between week 5 and 9, we were zero blitz machines, and they always worked, and we never failed at it. We never got beat on it. We never lost on a zero blitz. Like it was like a 5-week period. We were the scariest team in the league on defense. You had coaches in a press conference. What are you going to do about their pass rush? And the coaches up there like, well, we're going to have a tough time this week, man. I've seen plays where they sent everybody. I mean, it was one game they sent 21 zero blitzes. Coaches saying that before the game. But for the life of me, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But what did the Miami Dolphins do? They stopped zero blitzing. And when it looked like they were going to zero blitz, they all got to the line and backed out in the coverage. And I'm like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. What are we doing? And ladies and gentlemen, for the record, we never went back to zero blitzing for the rest of the season. Not on a consistent level. Not on a consistent basis. Not on a consistent basis. And not only, and somebody made a good point in the comment section, they right. Not only did we show zero blitz and backed out, but we backed out into a zone. Now, I tried to give us an excuse for it. I tried to say maybe they got some key injuries back there that they don't want no one to know about. And they're just trying to mask it. But let me tell you something on the zero blitz. As long as Byron and X on the field and they not hurt, and this was week 11, 12, 11 through the rest of the season, as long as those two guys are on the field and they're not hurt, I don't care. Send it. It don't matter. Send it. It was driving me crazy. It was driving me crazy. I was like, we're not even bumping run anymore. We're giving 10-foot cushions, 10-yard cushions. Like, this is not the defense that we were running when we were dominating. Y'all do remember in that little slide, we literally dominated teams. Put up 40-something on one team and large to the defense because of the turnovers created. We were dominating. Somebody said the NFL told them stop. You know what? I thought about that too. I was sitting there like, man, is there this hidden rule or something that I don't know about to where you can only do it a certain amount? Like, and believe it or not, somebody actually told me that legitimately, and I never looked into it. I was just like, what? That don't make sense. It was crazy to me, though. It was truly crazy to me. Yeah, that Rams game, we were like dominating everyone. Like, I'm telling y'all think I'm exaggerating. A team never beat us on the zero blitz. When we sent it, I'm telling you, we were like 100% effective. Like we made the play every time. Every single. We made teams look like high school teams. And all of a sudden, I was scratching my head later in the year like, why did we stop? And you know what? You know what some people start arguing with me? You know, some people start arguing with me. They were arguing with me. Some people were literally arguing with me. Well, TD, You can't do it all the time because teams start to figure it out. So what they're doing is they're switching out of it because teams, they've seen it a lot already. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't want to hear that crap. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. When it start becoming broke, then you adjust. I'm sick of these and I ain't trying to get on our defensive coordinator, but I got to say this. I'm sorry. I'm sick of these defensive coordinators trying to be extra sexy when I just need the original thing that works. I just need the original thing that works. Man-to-man, bump and run, send pressure. If you got a team that got the athletes to do it, that's what it's about. Those are always the top defenses. What happened to Josh Allen in the playoffs? Man-to-man, bump and run, send pressure. What happened to Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl? Man-to-man, bump and run, send pressure. I don't know how many times I got to keep saying this to people. If you have the personnel to do it, you shouldn't do nothing else but it. You should do nothing else but it. If you have the personnel to do it, because trust me when I tell you, it's hard to have the personnel to do that, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. So I get it. It is really hard to have the personnel to do it. One of the only things that I see that don't stop it, but it minimizes it. That's why you have those teams that run a 7-man offensive line, and when they hike the ball, they roll out. They roll one way. All right, we're going to hike the ball, and when we hike the ball, we're going to roll left. So when the ball hikes, the whole line is running left to keep a wall in front of them to buy time. See, when you start doing stuff like that, you're at least cutting half of the field off. You're at least cutting half of the field off. That's the only thing that I know that it won't even stop a zero blitz, but what it'll do is buy you another second or two. And that's what a lot of teams do against it. But when that's coming when they running these 7 and 8 man line of scrimmages. That's what Russell Wilson did starting his rookie year. They always put those big old 7 and 8 man line of scrimmages, and they sent 3-man routes. And they maximize the protection. And if it was coming looking like a zero blitz, they just roll on the weak side. They'll roll the line to the weak side. And eventually he'll look for a one-on-one. Okay, Lockett got him beat. Get him. But when you got them corners, when you got the personnel to do it, you don't do nothing but it. But for some reason, we went out of it. And again, y'all, I can see if you're going out of it on occasions, but here's what aggravates me. We didn't go back to it, y'all. We just didn't go back to it. Matter of fact, I'm lying. We did go back to it. You know when we went back to it? Guess when we went back to it? The last week of the season versus Buffalo, in those first 3 drives where we made Josh Allen look like trash. And then we got out of that again. And he started toasting us and we got blown out. Don't forget, go back and watch the first 3 drives of the Buffalo game. Go look at what we're in. Sending pressure, 3rd down, 0 blitzes. Made them boys get a ball up. And all of a sudden, fourth quarter, the second, remember the whole first quarter we were dominating them. Defensively, they couldn't do nothing. They couldn't pass half field. And what did I say on that live stream during that game? I said, I know we're happy our defense is shutting Josh Allen down, but the problem is our offense isn't doing anything. You can't do it but so long. And sure enough, right when I said that, I see us in this hybrid zone, and they start coming back, and then they start beating our behind, then they start blowing us out. Now, somebody made an argument with me that made sense when I had this argument before. And this is the only empathy that I give on the situation for the defensive coordinator. They said, TD, the reason why they switched out of it is because it's exhausting. And at first I was beating them up for, what do you mean exhausting? This is football, blah, blah, blah. You play, blah, blah, blah. You do what works. And if you get them off the field, you're sitting on the sideline, getting your rest. What are you talking about? The goal is to get them off the field quick. But he made a good point, and I had to shut my mouth. He said, I agree with you, TD. But the problem is our offense isn't on the field long enough to give them the appropriate rest. I said, God dog. I can't argue that. Because right away I said to myself, gosh, you're right. We go out there, we ball out, and we make plays, and our defense back on the field in 38 seconds. Lord, you can't make this up. Guys going walking over to the sideline, high-fiving. They talking to the trainer. They getting their helmet. They sticking it on the thing. They say, hey, give me a cup of Gatorade. As soon as the person's like, here you go, defense, you're up. God, I can't even drink it. Hey, coach, I didn't even sit down yet. It don't matter, you're up. They had to keep on getting up and going out there to do it over and over and over and over again. They had to keep doing it. They were on the field a lot. Our defense was playing great football, but they were on the field too long. Our defense started to be gassed. That's why I started to go back to them games and be like, yeah, look at us in the middle of the third, making that switch, playing a lot of zone, doing this and that. Them guys tired. Look at what happened at the beginning of the game. Because if you think about it, and this isn't about Tua, this is not to rag on Tua, but because he had his deficiencies, and we accept that. It is what it is. He's going to be better from it. But those deficiencies, what it brought us is, if y'all go look at it, with the exception of 2 games, Tua played 10 games. There was only 2 games that we had a decent first 2 quarters. All the other 8 games, we were trash for like 3 quarters. And then we saw him do some nice things here and there in some of the fourth quarters, just some of them. And if he didn't, we saw fits. But what you have to realize is in those early quarters, our defense is already out on the field. We did a lot of punting in the first and the second quarter. Go look at our games. You'll see on many of the game logs, first drive, punt, second drive, punt, third drive, punt, fourth drive, turnover on downs, fifth drive, field goal, sixth drive, punt, seventh drive, punt. Then we might, touchdown. And on the 8th drive of the game. That was a lot of our games with the exception of like 2. And what does that mean? The reason why I bring that up? That means our defense is out there a lot. And it ain't like it's 6 plays, 40 yards, but you still didn't get to field goal range punt. It wasn't 7 plays, 38 yards, punt. It was 3 plays, 6 yards. 4 plays, 13 yards. They were back on the field very quick. And that's why this whole up-tempo thing that Tua thrives in, because he does look better when you speed the tempo up and stuff. But we've even done that times and we still failed. And the problem with it is when you're up-tempo and you're punting early, that's really up-tempo. The defense is running right back out there. That's why I always look at that last game of the season in Buffalo. When people disrespect our defense, I really get mad. Our defense didn't come to play. That makes me so mad when I hear people say against Buffalo that our defense didn't come to play. They were the stars in the first quarter. Our defense was like, we're not going to let this happen to us. Let's go. We finna ball. And they were balling out. I'm like, you don't start a game better than this. Byron Jones even picked off Josh Allen, if I'm not mistaken. The defense came out to play. But when they kept seeing they didn't have any help, and then the other team finally scored, And they were still trying, but then it's like, how long do you want them? And at some point, they gave up. I sat there and saw guys that were supposed to make a tackle, wean off and try to push a guy down like it's over. I'm not getting injured. I'm not getting injured for this crap. I remember Devonta Parker in the game. He could have caught a slant. He saw the guy coming. He was just like, nah, I ain't playing them games. I ain't playing them games. And truth be told, it would not have mattered at that point. Them guys gave up. Them guys gave up early in the third quarter. They're like, man, it is what it is, man. And I know the defense was frustrated because here's the deal. In a game like that, if the defense was playing that well in the first quarter and the offense could have went and gave 14 points because we turned Josh Allen over with a pick. If our offense could have produced 10 points in that first quarter with our defense playing like that, I'm telling y'all the outcome wouldn't have even been close. I don't know if we would have still won the game, but the outcome wouldn't have even been close. The defense would have maintained a high level of energy because the offense would have been on the field giving them appropriate rest, and the offense would have been helping, period. They would have been helping, period. So, yeah, man, our scheme is predicated on having success on the offense because we need our defense to be fresh to continue to show how great they are. We need it, man. That was super ugly. I know. I know it. Oh. Somebody said, yes, he did, but the offense didn't help out to let them rest. Bill's game had guys in locker room blaming quarterback. I know, of course. I don't think it's any secret. You heard like certain players that was rumored to have said this or said that. Well, honestly, the report was a lot of people were down when they found out Fitz couldn't play. So I don't know, man. I don't know. TD, how would you feel if we went 10-7 and Tua played better than last year, but not crazy? Well, Jay, first of all, that means we missed the playoffs. Second off, I'd have to be honest with you. I'd be okay. But there will be a sense of disappointment, but not with Tua. Because all I want is him to play better. And if that happens, okay, I like that. And we still won 10 games straight up under him as a second-year guy. But the reason why I'd be disappointed is we used another year. See, this is how I look at it, y'all. We don't make the playoffs last year. We don't make it this year, right? You just use 2 years of Xavier Howard's prime. You just use 2 years. Like you can go down the line on the whole team. You just use 2 years of a lot of guys' prime in a team that, in my opinion, is built to win a Super Bowl with the right quarterback. Right now, with the right quarterback, built to win a Super Bowl. And I've been on the record saying Tua won't be able to help us in that area until year 3, because I believe his developmental path is a year 3 guy, kind of just like Josh Allen. And that's a beautiful thing. The only thing that's like, with me is you're wasting certain guys' prime years. So now we go into the following year with a 29-year-old Xavier Howard, older Emmanuel Agba, older, go across the board. You see what I mean? So we'll see. But I wouldn't be totally disappointed for the simple fact that in that position, if I see growth, I don't need Tua to go crazy. I just need him to not be the reason we lose the game and make contributions. See, last year, he wasn't the reason we lost the game, but we didn't get many contributions. So I just need him to not be the reason we lose and give contributions every game. Every game. It's that simple for me. Right? TD, that's why X wants his money. And I've been on the record saying X should want his money. See, this is a case of X is doing what he has to do, but I hope the organization also do what they have to do. We're in a tough situation. If I was X, I'd be telling him I would do the same thing. But if I was Chris Grier, I wouldn't pay. I wouldn't pay him. Not no $20 million. With it all, if we sign him to a deal, I'm going to be happy if it's 18 or less. Anything over that, you better show me a beautiful structure to where you got voidable years and all at the end. It's my take. Somebody said no, X is being selfish. He ain't being selfish. This is a business, bro. You do what you got to do. Any organization is going to use every resource, rule, or guideline that they can to leverage what they can for their team. And every player should be afforded the same right. And he does have that right. And he's exercising it. If I was Xavier Howard and I just had 10 interceptions, mentioned as a defensive player of the year candidate, all pro, oh no, I'm not eating. Nope. Give me some more money. Because I can. Because I'm valued now. I ain't one of these people with my tail between my legs like, please sign me. I'm looking for a team. No, every team would want me. And since you have leverage, you don't have leverage much in life. So when you do get it, use it. This ain't no moral situation. This is business. Now, if we're outside of a business realm, then I expect, character, honor, morals, all that different stuff to come into play. But this is business. Go get your cash. Go get your money. This is your family you're doing it for. This is your future you're doing it for. When football is done, they're not going to be there for you. They are not going to be there for you. Go get your cash. And I suggest all y'all do the same if you're put in that position in life. When it's business on the line. It's business for teams. Why can't be business for the players? Now, don't get me wrong. From a team standpoint, forget him. I can't believe he's trying to do this. He signed the contract. Hey, it is what it is. Then trade me. Cut me. Or play the hardball and just have me sitting on the roster to prove a point. That mean they both would be doing the same thing, proving a point. That's why, a lot of people say, no, the organization can't do that. It wouldn't be smart to hold them hostage. I'm going to be honest. I'm that type of person. If I was a general manager, I got to be honest with y'all. I'm that type of person. You signed a contract. I still have you under contract. You don't like your contract? Too bad. You don't want to play? Don't play. I won't pay you. Oh, you don't want to play next year either? Don't play. I won't pay you. Oh, you don't want to play the third year, the last year of that extension? Don't play. I won't pay you. Now you're 31 years old. I own your contract rights. Now you're 31 years old. Now let's see what kind of money you're going to go get. Haven't played for 3 years. Now let's see what money you're going to go get. And I'm going to tell y'all now, you know what's going to happen? X is going to hold out. And if Grier took that route, oh, well, hold out. We won't pay you. I bet you be on that field by week 5. All Grier got to do is say one thing to him and his agent. Listen to me. We're going to have you under contract. And we signed the contract. If you don't play, we are going to retain the rights of your contract, and pay you according to what you play for 3 years. We are willing to sit on your contract and get zero production out of you until you come play. That's fine with us. And you think X is going to pass up that money every year just to make a point? You think he's going to pass on that money just to make a point? He'll be there week 5. I would keep going public. Well, we already gave him a contract. He can come earn his money if he ever wants to. If not, then, he's decided to take a vacation. And we're not going to hold him to that. That's fine. He's doing what he wants to do. But we'll welcome him back if he ever wants to come back. But that's his choice. I stand firm on it. Because at some point, like I say, you stand for something or fall for anything. You need to make an example for all these other people on your roster. This is how it goes. You don't have leverage with the Miami Dolphins. You could be disgruntled. I just won't get the playing out of you. Then I'm going to coach my team up and we still going to win games without you. And guess what? It's going to make you look that much bad. It's going to make you like, oh my gosh. And then the only one thing that X can do to one-up that is show up and play like trash intentionally. But he's still lowering his value. He's still lowering his value. He'd still be lowering his value if he came out and played like trash just to do it. Now, in fact, let him play like trash. Then I go sit him on the bench for a little. And it is what it is. Lower your value. Telling y'all, man. But it is what it is. I'm just saying. They're going to take whatever route they want to take, but stand for something or fall for anything, man. Ross Gosford with the donation. I appreciate you, homie. Thanks for donating to the channel. We appreciate you. Anywho, man, we've been going quite some time now, man. It's time to get out of here. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the nap time show since we didn't have the wake up show with clock blockers this morning. We will be back live tomorrow morning. But I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Am I doing a good job? And am I holding it down for Steven? Let me know right now in the comment section. Trying to do the best I can, man. Miami Sports Music doing big things, y'all. And thanks for all those who donated and showed support to the channel. And thank you for those new subscribers and members to the channel as well. Man, we got 99 people watching. I was like, man, Steve, we're going to get 100 people watching, man. We're going to get 100. We're going to get 100. But we had 99 people watching, man. But we got 96 likes already. So if you haven't hit the like button, punch the like button. Stop hating, Esteban. Ain't nobody hitting no snooze. Ain't nobody hitting no snooze. Punch that like button, guys. We got 98 likes. Let's hit the like button, y'all. Because I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to get out of here, drop the Spurs, and join the Heat, Esther. Hey, I told y'all about them Clippers. Y'all don't listen to me, man. I told y'all, and Kawhi went out and they still gave it to them boys. I told y'all what was going to happen. The Clippers going to win it all. Y'all see? He said someone disliked. Hey, it's still engagement. It's still engagement. We'll live with it, all right? Anywho, man, it's time to get out of here. Estefan trying you, TD. He always do. We'll see if he shows up 8:30 on the dot in the morning tomorrow. You know he ain't going to be there. We'll see. All right, the Jazz, TD. Yeah, Esteban. Yeah, that's why they got toasted last night. Without Kawhi. Without Kawhi. Man, it's crazy. But anyway, love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Again, thank y'all. It's Miami Sports Music, Clock Blockers. We appreciate y'all. I will see y'all in the AM. I don't know. Am I going live on my channel today? It is 3:25 right now. I got to be honest with y'all. I probably won't be going live on TDPHINSTALK Talk today because it's a new movie that I want to watch with all my kids and my family this evening. I'm going to spend some family time. I'm going to do family time this evening, all right? So hopefully y'all enjoyed this show. I'm going to do family time this evening. So I'm gonna watch that new movie on Amazon Prime. That's Tomorrow War or something like that. It's called Tomorrow War or something like that. But I saw the trailer and I said, oh, that's interesting. I like movies like that. So I'll probably check that out. Tomorrow, let me make sure that's the name, just in case y'all want to watch it tonight as well. Let me see here. The Tomorrow War. Yes, it's called The Tomorrow War. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check that out with the family. All right. Thanks for subbing for our guy, TD. Hey man, I got big shoes to fill, man. I'm trying to do my best, man. Steven be killing it every morning, man. Every morning he be killing it. Listen, man, it's all good for me because I be up anyway. Y'all know I go to sleep after 3 a.m. every morning, but I wake up at like 7. So, you know, and I haven't been getting my 1 hour naps in the middle of the day. So I need to start napping again. I need to start getting my 1 hour naps because it's starting to hurt. I usually get my 1 hour nap. So, but hey, it's about grinding, baby, getting it done. This is Miami Sports Music. This is your boy TD stepping in for Stephen D. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up. See y'all later. Peace.